My name is Chance Cole McVeigh, also known as Chance Cole. Chance Cole is my stage name. I was born into a place that a lot of people don't want to be born into, really. Not a lot of money, and the area I was in, I was more of a minority than a majority. So I had to learn the hard way of what life was outside of my house. And the hard way, what I mean by that is gangs, drugs, and the like. I had a loving family at home. I had two parents that adored me, but I couldn't see that love. I was blinded by what I saw when I walked outside because their love was inside. What I saw outside was all hate. I was also severely bullied. I was beaten all the time by multiple people for whatever reason, taking my lunch money, taking jewelry my grandmother gave me. So those things built up something inside of me, a monster, if you will, that I couldn't understand how to release or how to contain. So what happened is it exploded. I used every drug imaginable. I caught 14 charges as a juvenile. That's going in and out of jail. My parents had no idea what was wrong. What did they do wrong? The drugs ended up getting me. I ended up getting hooked on morphine, opiates. They took my life away. I couldn't live. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't breathe without them. They engulfed all of me. They saturated every piece of my mind and drowned me in a type of quicksand that no one can understand unless they've been in that addiction. By this time, I had a child, my oldest. She watched me suffer. And because of my suffering, she suffered. See, I brought killers around her. I brought dealers around her. I brought people around her that would probably hurt her for money or for whatever reason they may come across. But see, I justified it, and I thought it was okay. I thought my lifestyle of selling drugs, using drugs, all of this stuff was for her betterment. I was so deceived. Then my son comes. I'm still drowning in drugs. I've caught 5 felonies, facing prison time. These are all drug charges. I made 7 attempts at my life. 7 times I tried to end everything. 7 times I tried to kill myself. The 7th time was while my 2 children looked me in my eyes. They looked at me in my eyes while I tried to take my own life. I remember being wheeled out on the stretcher after 911 was dialed and the paramedics and police got there, and looking at my 2 children in that window, screaming for their father, not understanding what I had done to myself. There was one person through it all. My mother didn't give up. She'd sit in that hospital and pray while I slept because I wouldn't let her pray while I was awake, because all that was nonsense to me. It was gibberish. It was fake stuff that made people feel better about their death, which I anticipated. Longed for, really. But she'd pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. December or October of 2008, I had a dream. And I called my mother and I said, "Mom, I want to go to church with you." She thought it was a joke at first, of course, because of where I was to where I'm at. I mean, I was a full-blown atheist. I believed in no God at all. None of that existed to me. But I was serious. I went to church. First night I go, the pastor of my church gives his testimony. He was given a life sentence for murder, first degree. He's pastoring a 4,000 member church, and he was given a life sentence. So it resonated within me. I related to that really well. I never stopped going to church. December 2008, I got saved. I got saved by something that I know is real because I felt it. Changed the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I present myself, the way I look at life, the way I look at things, regular things like food or regular people out here that I don't even know. It changed every perception that I had. Radically. 180. That moment defines who I am today. December 13th, 2008. Because I went from being a victim of my circumstances to being a conqueror of my circumstances, a person that delivers healing, not by my doing, but because of my God's doing, to other people who are suffering where I once suffered. Now, I have 4 children. The 2 that witnessed all that bad stuff, they've also witnessed what God has done for me in my life. They've witnessed that power that changed me, which gives them a leg up, kind of, because they saw the bad and now they see the good. I have a wife. I own 2 cars. I own my own house. Me and my father, who once couldn't be around each other, we love each other. We love every second with each other. He goes to church with us. So God did a work in my life. Now I have died to myself. I've died to myself because it's not about me. It's not about what I want. It's not about what I desire. I spend my life to help other people. I spend my life to give to other people. But I give to them something that can't be bought. I give them hope. And I know what it's like to not have any hope. Go being an artist. That is simply a launch pad. A rocket has to have a launch pad to take off and hit its destination. Music speaks to people. I don't think there's a person on this planet that's not moved by some type of music. The type of music that I do speaks to the people in the gutter, speaks to the people in poverty, in the projects, in the trailer parks, in the backwoods, the people with nothing, because that's who I'm called to reach out to. Again, I'm merely a vessel, a tool to be used to speak the gospel of life and of Christ into these people. So that's what I do with my music. Our slogan really is make Jesus famous, because it's not about fame for me. If I wanted fame, I'd do secular music, which is the stuff you hear on the radio with all the cussing and lying about that world that they glorify. But it's not about fame. It's about hearing somebody say, I didn't kill myself because of what you do. I didn't relapse because of what you do. My kids almost got taken away and they're still with me because you allow God to use you. That's what it's about to me. That means more to me than any dollar bill, any dead president on any currency. The things that I'm pursuing are the drugs are gone. There's no desire to ever use them again. Desire to drink, not in me. Haven't touched it. I guess now, from 2008 to now, we're looking at going on 9 years. That's victory. That's conquering. And I didn't do it alone. Because every time I tried to do it alone, I failed miserably and went deeper into the abyss that I was in. But when I let go and said I can't do it and allowed myself to die and be reborn again, that's when I found real freedom.